been a year since the last interview. How have your careers progressed and how have you improved?
Me personally, this season's been an off year. I got injured at the beginning of this year, so from the beginning of the year to about Mayish, I haven't been competing because I've just been injured. So I started my season late in May actually, but I moved away from short jump to long jump, and I've got an improvement in my long jump PB. I did a couple of 100 meters, and I managed to improve my 100 meter time.
For me, it's a similar situation. It's been a bit sticky. So I had a good indoor season. Finished first in the British Uni Champs.
Well done.
And then second at the National Indoor Age Group Champs.
Yeah.
And then I was like out for about 8 weeks because of injury. So just trying to rehab my foot and find back some form. And I finished the season with a 100 meter PB as well. So that was like a positive note to finish on.
How have you balanced training and competing with uni as first year students?
Well, me personally, I just try to get to uni as early as I can, and just stay in the library at my uni for as long as I can. Just make sure get my work done, and then when it's time to go training, I'll just go training, and then when I get home, I'll just do just a little bit more work. So I think that's just helped me just balance the two.
How about you?
Yeah, I was really fortunate with the fact that at Oxford everything is like really close by. So the library is like 2 minutes walk from my accommodation, and also I can cycle to the track in about 5 minutes. So I can like fit my training in whenever I need to without any problem, because the track is open from like early in the morning till like 10:30 in the evening. So I'll just like slot it in wherever, but just have to be careful about which assignments I have.
Have you been able to maintain a good athlete and social life?
Yeah, I would say so. Like, I go out with my friends, like from uni, and even training as well. Like, all of us are quite close, so we go out as well. So I've been able to like keep that social side, you know.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing, because like with the people that I stay with in uni, we basically like live together, so we see each other all the time. We just hang out quite often, and then also outside of term time, like when I go training as well, because we're really close. We just chill with each other as well.
Jude, this is a question for you. Did you get your wish? Do you now have ankles of steel, or have you been injured less?
So not ankles of steel this year. So the initial problem was with my left foot, and that I can say is like an ankle of steel now. It's my right foot which had a few problems, but it's got a lot better now. So, yeah.
So you're strengthening up now?
Yeah. Taking like this off season to work on the strength in my feet particularly.
I think it could be because you're still growing, because you're quite young, you're still growing pains. When I was younger playing football, I used to get pains in my knees when I was younger, and I went to the doctor and said to me, growing pains, you're growing. I think you haven't finished growing yet. When you grow, you continue growing. So it could be that as well.
He was a lot taller than me, but I think I'm like closing the gap a little bit.
I've actually, that's the pains that I think I got as well, which affected
me. The ankle, because you're growing, and because with your sport, you do a lot. With sport, I play football. You do a lot of twisting. I play football. I do a lot of twisting and turning, like turning your ankle, so sometimes your body goes through that as well. So this is for Joel. Were you able to get more specialist equipment with your student loan?
Yeah, I managed to get like training shoes to help me when I'm on the track. I've got some spikes like to just help me in my competition, so I managed to get a few stuff. Did
any of you guys get any sponsorship, or was it not at that stage?
Well, not sponsorship as such, more like so you either get like nominated for a grant by the national governing body, or you apply to grants from like different companies. So in my case, there's like a sports club associated with our uni, so I applied there for some funding, and I was successful in my application.
Okay.
Yeah.
You?
Well, we both got a sponsorship from like this gym called Everyone Active. So they just enabled us to use all their gym centers for free, and we got a bit of financial aid.
I think I know. I think there's one. There's one in Vale Farm. I think.
Yeah, Vale Farm. Yeah.
Hatch End.
There's one in
Harrow,
Parabel.
Harrow.
And
Norfolk, yeah, there's one Norfolk.
There's one in Norfolk as well.
Yeah.
So we train at the one in Parabel. So
we're able to use the track in the gym for free there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on the European Championship and the British contingent?
Yeah, the British champs are... Wait, British or European, sorry?
European
European, yeah, it was...
Content,
yeah, it was good. We had Dean Asher-Smith. She did really well. She got a gold in the 100 and 200.
And the 4x1. Three golds.
And her 100 and 200 time was the world's best. So I thought like Great Britain did a really good job there. Yeah.
Especially without Mo Farah and Jessica Ennis, because they were normally the people who rack up the most medals for the Great British team. But we also saw quite a few like young athletes. I know there's a triple jumper who I know. Her name's Naomi. She was like one of the first triple jumpers we've had for women's in a very long time. Wow. So she did quite well there.
So do you see yourself in the next 5 or 6 years competing for a championship or going to the next Olympics?
Yeah, I like to see that as my aim. Yeah.
Right now, it looks like a distant goal. I'm just focusing on my training. And then we'll just see where it goes from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who were your standout athletes for you?
Jonathan Edwards was one. He was the he still is a world record holder for triple jump. I just found his technique just amazing. The way he's able to go through each phase with such ease. I just found that fantastic. So I'd say him.
Who would you say?
I would say Christian Taylor. I think I said it last time as well, but this year he switched up his season and did focused on 400 meter training, and he competed against the world's best and still held his own. I mean, I'm just in awe at the fact that he can also do triple jump, long jump, and like all the sprint distances as well.
It's very versatile.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. As competitors, is it a better place to get a personal best, or both qualify is as important?
For me personally, I find personal best better because there's just a certain satisfaction you get from like just training hard and just jumping that extra centimeter or running that second faster. So I would say that. And
plus, because you've worked hard, you've done all your training, all your coaches have trained you, and you reach that target. It's like you set yourself a target. Each time you compete, you set yourself a target to reach where you want to reach. So it's kind of like you're setting yourself goals. Yeah, and every time you hit that target, you want to better it every time. Every time you compete, you want to better it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, personal best for me just reflects progress. So I'd rather get lots of personal best and progress really nicely in my career.
Since you guys did well last time, your personal best, what's your next goal?
I would always like to think I've got more to give, but I keep the goal setting in terms of personal best. I keep that just at the back of the mind, because I feel like that clouds myself when I'm competing.
Too much pressure.
Yeah, too much pressure. Just focus on distance. It's too much. So I just set goals of just getting stronger in training and just applying the right technique when I compete, basically.
Okay, and for you?
Yeah, I think this year, because of my injury, I've like sort of stopped setting myself explicit distances to try and reach. So I'd much rather have like sort of micro targets to aim. So like technical improvements, improvements in speed and improvements in the weight room as well. And then I think all of those would amount to something a lot greater than having a distance out there.
Of course. So what's next for you guys?
So our season's finished in August, so we have basically the rest of 2018 to just train this off season kind of. So it's just getting ready for next 2019. I've got some university competitions next year that I was not able to do this year because of my injury, so I'd like to do that. Yeah.
How about you?
The same thing with using the rest of this year to get ready for the indoor season. I'd like to defend my uni indoor title for next year, and also primarily stay injury free, and also qualify for the European Under-23 champs. That would be my big aim for next season.
Okay. Well, in 2 years' time, both of you are going to be 21. What do you guys want to do by then?
Ooh, that's a hard question. In 2 years' time, probably consistently jumping over 16.5 meters. For me would be a really good goal.
I'd like to get over. I would like to jump late 7, so like 760, 770 above consistently by the time, because that would put me in a good place on the world stage if I just continue to progress.
Okay. Final question: Has British athletics improved since your previous conversation? Has the support and funding improved?
Ooh.
Be honest.
I haven't noticed. I don't get funded by British Athletics, so I can't really comment on that. Yeah.
I mean, I think they've improved a lot with their social media because it wasn't too strong at the moment. But I can see they're trying to involve more young people, educating them about the sport. Even student athlete life, they've given like tips and stuff to help people transition to uni better, because I think we've had that kind of problem quite a bit in the past. People doing really well at junior level and not making the transition to senior level. So I think they're taking much more of a closer look into what are the causes and stuff like that, and helping athletes on their way.
Okay.
So you guys have both done a year of university. What's been like your standout moment? Start with Jude.
I would say finishing the year with 2-1. I was happy with that because that year was just stress. Yeah.
How about you, Joel?
Well, similar to him, because my year was very tough because I had January exams and I had some exams. My January exams didn't go the way I wanted, but I managed to pull through, and I managed to get a 2-1 also my summer exams. So I was happy with that as well.
That's nice. From like a competitive perspective over the course of the year, what were your highlights? I'll start with you, Joel.
So
I know you said you had a few injuries.
I was injured for most of the year. So it was my left knee, and that's a knee, or that's a leg involved in triple jump. So I kind of moved away from triple jump and started to do long jump. So my first long jump competition, I actually did a PB. And it was a big shock to me because I hadn't trained for a long time, and to just jump that PB was really good. So I think that was one of the highlights for me.
Nice. How about you, Jude?
I think it would be the national outdoor champs, because I was just recovering from injury and I managed to get the win in the end. So that was a bit surprising because I had exams like the next day. So just like being able to have a clear partition in my mind of my athletic side and my work side, and being able to sort of balance the two all right.
That's good. I want to talk about rivalries, not between each other, but of like as you compete, you're always going to see familiar faces as you go on different stages. So who would you say is like your rival from a competitive perspective that you always see when you're competing, and that you like getting one over?
I'll probably say it's my training partner, not Joel, my other training partner, because like we've been competing against each other since we were like 14, 15, and it's always been like he gets one on me, I get one on him. So, and because I can see also the improvements that he's making in training, it's kind of like not scary, but like amazement, because I can see like also the potential that he has to jump well. So yeah, that's quite interesting for me. So it just always keeps me on my toes.
As for you, Joel, who's your competitive rival?
I haven't really had any rivals. I've just been that guy that just focuses on myself. So I just eliminate anyone else when I'm competing. So Yeah, my only rival is myself, basically. Yeah.
That's fair. Okay, so my final question is, I was with you guys training. Got footage of that. We're gonna see it coming out now. So I know how hard you guys work. Who's the fastest between the two of you?
Oh, easy him.
Yeah.
Easy him. I mean,
Of shorter distances, I think it's me.
yeah, he's got a better 100-meter time, so I'd say he's quicker. But if you look,
I mean,
and the footage, I was coming.
You beat his training partner.
Yeah,
So-
he's faster than me actually, but
But you spoke to him a couple of times.
yeah.
I mean, the tape will show.
Over the longer distances, I can hold my own over the longer distances. So yeah.
Because that was a 150. You guys were
Yeah,
150s.
150s. Yeah.
So that's quite long for us.
Yeah.
Because on the runway we're running like 30 to 40 meters, so 150 is like 4 or 5 times.
I was giving him a couple of good runs as well.
Yeah, he was keeping me because I can feel him behind me, so to like pick it up a little bit.
So like in terms of obviously right now you're in your kind of like pre-season training.
Yeah.
What's the program you guys are currently on? When does it ramp up, and then when are you getting into your first set of competitions for this year?
So I think it starts off. Well, for us, we didn't really take a break between the end of the season and pre-season because I'd been injured for 8 weeks, so I just felt I needed to train through to get fitness. So it was quite starts off quite intense. So lots of more time spent in the weight room because we can't really do that in competition season.
Yeah.
Because to perform well, you don't want to have like heavy training leading up to it. So it'll be quite heavy up until end of December, and then we start to taper it down a little bit when competition comes around.
Sounds good. Is there anything new you've been doing yourself, Joel, to kind of like improve and kind of keep pushing that towards that PB and exceeding it?
Yeah, I've been doing more free weight stuff. So I do stuff like jump squats, split squats, just to keep my legs strong. I've been doing a lot more stretching, stuff to do with my quads because I've had that knee injury obviously. So I'm just trying to prevent any injuries in the future.
And my last question is so you guys both training with the same coach, same team as last year.
Yeah.
So what's been like their emphasis to you compared to obviously how you competed last year and how results went in the year before? What's been their main focus for you guys as you prepare for this upcoming season?
Mine mostly is technique, because the way I was jumping beforehand would put my foot in a position to re-injure it. So I've just been really focusing on my technique and my hop. I think last season my goal mainly was speed, and after my 100-meter PB we could see that like my speed was really good now. So this year's focus mainly on technique, I think.
And how about you?
With me, it's more power and strength because that was one of my limiting factors in the season that I just had not been able to push off the board. So I think that's going to be the emphasis from now on.